Muted.
Hey, good afternoon, everyone. Today is Tuesday, April 15th, 2025. The time is 3:33 PM, and I call the Board of Estimate and Contract meeting into order.
Thank you. Today is the Board of Estimate and Contract meeting scheduled today, April 15th. We've scheduled for 3 o'clock. We're in the mayor's conference room to do a bid opening for towing services and other items on the agenda. The meeting was noticed to the Journal News in the Rotunda on the city's website. And the towing services bid was advertised in the Journal News on February 5th, 2025. It was also available on BidNet and are directly on the city's website.
All right. The first bid,
You receive 4 bids.
we have four, opening the first one. This one, NFA Towing, Inc. 656 Central Park Avenue, Suite 2, Yonkers, New York, 10704. Includes a check.
They give you the amount?
Yes, yeah, 1,100.
That's the bid
Deposit?
deposit, what's the?
No, the bid amount.
Deposit is, the bid deposit should be $100. So they gave a check for $1,100.
Yeah, that's the bid
That's the bid deposit.
deposit.
So.
How much is the bid amount?
What's the bid? You got, yeah,
Take a look, we should check that.
1,000 what?
100.
Okay. He'll find the page.
You find it from?
No, you gotta find it.
Oh,
You wanted
no,
to help.
I
I
thought
said,
you was
you'll
talking to
find
me.
it.
All right. $12,000.
Yeah.
That's not 5% of what.
Keep going.
All right. I'm gonna see the fee. I don't see the fee. Just right now.
We write these bids, we like put a cover sheet for them to put stuff, maybe we should be putting a cover sheet on top of it. We've been doing this before. Let me see.
I think you said that last time. I think you actually made that comment last time. 22, so.
Right, the price sheet. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Hmm?
They're saying they're here. I don't want to open
Yeah.
the bid until.
Well, you gotta find out where it is, because otherwise we'll be looking at it.
Everyone.
We're looking at another one, where it is, right? 12,000.
Page 12.
So here, comment here, so. Again. So the portion that says fees.
Right.
Right, there's a line that says. Contractor agrees to charge the towing and impounding services. Only those fees as per blank law, which I guess that's New York, right? Then compensation. The contractor agrees to compensate the city for the amount per year. For the agreed upon toll truck service. In previous years at the amount was about 12,000 per year. That's the 12,000 you read.
Mhm.
So the person who wrote it is here.
Yeah, but I'm trying to figure out I understand that the person who wrote this from here is here, but I'm trying to figure out from the design of the.
Is there? It's supposed to look like this. Is that in there? Is that page?
Yeah, that's the price sheet, right? Yeah,
That they're supposed to fill out.
yeah, that's the price sheet. Which I saw. Yeah, but you say to fill out, but there's nowhere for them even on that sheet to put a price. That's. Right, on the price sheet. Hold on a minute. Yeah.
I didn't write the bid. Do you know who?
That's why I'm asking the question. Who wrote the bid? The yearly compensation to Mount Vernon is supposed to be on the A. So the price for this is supposed to be an A. Right?
Mhm.
Based upon what I'm reading, it's not in there.
It's not there.
No, it's not entered. There's nothing entered. That's the reason why we're having this, right?
Well, the 5% of the deposit.
So the deposit amount was 5%. Now you have to, so you don't have to calculate because it's not. So just so you know, when you're looking for the price sheet, just so you know.
Yeah.
You're looking for the price sheet and it's the A part that will tell you the yearly amount.
Be on there too.
Yeah, the check, right?
All the other things on the price sheet are filled out, but the first one, which is A, doesn't have the yearly amount. That's why you probably miss it, but
Mhm. Okay. Okay.
so you got The amount is 22.
22,000 even, yep,
It's the 5%.
22,000.
Check is 1,100, right? And that's
Yes.
fine.
Makes 1,100 even.
Yes.
20, yep.
The yearly amount is 22,000.
Ready for next? Item second. City Line Auto Service Inc., City Line Auto Service Inc.
Mm-hmm.
The address is 859 South Third, Mount Vernon, New York, 10550. Okay, and price sheet, see? A, the yearly compensation to Mount Vernon, 12,000.
Check over.
No check associated here.
Deposit.
Thank you.
No, ma'am. Check to see if it's time to. No check.
Okay.
You on to the next?
Mm-hmm.
Next, it is from JNR Auto Group Incorporated. The address is 158 South Terrace Avenue, Mount Vernon, New York, 10550. Price sheets are attached. We're under ASSC attached, but I don't see what's attached.
And don't check
No check,
or bid bond.
no check.
Okay.
And it's the price and that's attachment. That part of the same application? No,
This,
those, yeah.
no, that's not, hang on a second, something's, there is a check. Check is for $7,000. This is, insurance liability information, CLI. No, because I don't have that here. That's not, I don't see the attached part, but if you do 5% of 7,000, if you divide that, that's 140,000.
$40,000.
Yeah. Yeah,
Price sheet?
Well, the price, according to what he said, the price sheet says see attached, but there's no attachment.
there's no attachment.
Huh? Why don't you pass it along and go on to the next?
The fourth bid is from Stars Auto and Towing LLC. Star, singular, Star Auto and Towing LLC. Price sheet, you compensation to Mount Vernon, 25,000. Seems to be no check.
And no, deposit or bid bond, right?
Nope.
Nothing attached to that, right?
No, there's no attachment on this. Even though there's a check with them down.
There's no attached, okay.
Okay,
Thank you.
who's that? The police department?
Take this back. Thank you.
And those will go to the department for them to
Correct.
Okay. All right,
And they'll notify.
they'll notify you, it goes to the department now.
We don't make
We
determination.
don't make determinations here.
Do you know how long?
Can't tell you.
If there was a rep here, they.
Yeah, it was the police department representative, might be able to tell you what they will do, but it goes to them, they now will look over them. Okay?
No, it's a little late over here.
Mhm.
Do we have to break down the bid?
This is all recorded, so feel free to go to our Facebook page and.
Was information unfortunately left out,
Thank you. Have a good one.
bonds that were missing.
Because I submitted a Jay. So, because we didn't attach a price sheet, because, the city sets the rates, so I was confused about that, I spoke to the police department, a couple of the officers over there, and I know you guys would have yours. I didn't know it was to an addendum amendment, you know.
Well, they'll have the police department will have to follow up with you on it, because now it goes to them,
Okay.
whatever's done, okay? No problem.
We have a meeting to do,
Okay.
we're not gonna discuss that.
You guys have a
No, because there was no
The
price.
the price sheets were not in there. There weren't bids. Like, people that fill out, finish out, they. Whether we just need to go forward. Yeah, we can go forward. That was not-
Yeah, who got two here?
We got a form. We could, okay, yes. If you could do a roll call. for me.
Thank you.
It is now 3:53 PM.
Comptroller Morton,
Yeah.
Council President Brown is not here. Mayor Patterson Howard,
Here,
resolutions approving ordinances. Number one, Office of the Mayor, a resolution authorizing the hiring of Joel R. Dieter of Dieter Law LLC as special counsel to represent participating Westchester municipalities and Con Edison's electric and gas rate case before the Public Service Commission.
So move, I'm sorry.
seconded on the question.
Okay, so right now there's what, 20 municipalities?
No, there's more. I can give you the
Oh.
final number.
Because in this document, there's 20,000, but okay.
Yeah.
That increase.
That was an example.
Well,
At the
that, we
time.
said if we had 20, that would be 5,000 apiece.
Okay.
Right now, we have 37, and so that would reduce it down and 37, which will reduce the cost to 2,750. And if the 38th municipality joins us as anticipated, it'll bring the cost down to 2,676.
His total fee is 100,000, right?
Hmm?
His total fee is 100,000,
Yeah, I'm just saying it'll bring it, so right now it's gonna be
2702.
between 2,676 and 2,750.
Hmm.
Based on the number of communities that have come in. And Council President Brown is now on the line, so if you want to add that.
I'll add it. Council
Okay.
President Brown,
Thank you.
Here.
thank you.
Any question, anything on the question for Con Ed? Roll call?
Comptroller Morton,
Aye.
Council President Brown,
Aye.
Mayor Patterson Howard.
Aye.
Number two, Charter Review Commission, an ordinance authorizing the extension of the contract with the National Civic League, NCL, for professional services to assist the 2024 Mount Vernon Charter Review Commission.
So move.
Second.
On the question?
So total cost is 29
Correct.
and in their budget, what, was 35?
We had 50, and we reduced that line.
Well, that's it's part of the councils. It's part of, right?
Yeah,
What
it's
is it?
part of outside contract
Part of it.
services.
Yeah, part of the councils outside council. Okay.
Yeah, 35.
Okay, roll call?
Comptroller Morton,
Aye.
Council President Brown,
Aye.
Mayor Patterson Howard.
Aye.
Number three, Office of the Mayor, an ordinance authorizing the mayor to attend the Great Lakes and St. Lawrence Cities Initiative 2025 Annual Conference in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, from May 14th to May 16th, 2025.
I've
moved.
chosen not to attend.
Just kidding, no.
Okay, so we're withdrawing this?
Yeah, we could withdraw.
Okay. Um,
Well, we didn't move.
We did second or second and
Okay.
gonna.
So I can hold it on the floor. What is the proper procedure?
um. Well, I'll move, okay, I can move, I'll move to table it.
Or to withdraw it?
That means it just stays there until somebody pull it off the table.
Well, I think we should just withdraw it. I'm withdrawing it. So
Okay,
it's not held, it's withdrawn. As I'm not planning it to attend.
okay, withdrawn. That's what it is. Oh, okay.
Okay, sorry, let me just make some notes. Number four, Office of the Mayor, an ordinance authorizing the installation of a total wellness sensory room in City Hall's first floor employee women bath.
So moved.
Second,
On the question?
somebody help explain a little bit more?
So we have, this is for us to receive a donation. We have the Social Butterfly Organization. In the women's restroom on the first floor, we have like a little parlor before you step into the toilet area. And so,
Don't know, ain't been in it.
oh, you've never been in, well, it's the only one like that in the building. It's a parlor area. And so they are going to kind of furnish it as kind of a place to relax and catch a mental wellness moment. And so
And who's doing this?
Social Butterfly LLC. They're a not-for-profit. They have a grant fund. They've been actually doing wellness rooms in the school district and other agencies in the city.
Okay.
Roll call.
Controller Morton,
Oh, was there a motion?
Oh, I thought that was the question.
Oh, it was on the question. Okay, I,
Thank you. Council President Brown,
Aye.
Mayor Patterson Howard.
Aye.
Number five, Department of Public Works, an ordinance authorizing the mayor to accept a $126,920 technical assistance voucher from the U.S. Department of Energy, DOE Energy Efficiency and Conservation Block Grant, EECBG program for a citywide traffic signal study.
So
so
moved.
moved. Second,
On the question?
I like these kind of grants. This is a direct pay.
No, and this is a very important grant. Our traffic signal, infrastructure is over 50 years old. It is no longer supported by any companies. So we kind of have to, daisy chain and do things like that. I believe we have over 350, intersections that rely on traffic signals, right? So doing a proper study and looking to see what we need to replace, upgrade, maintain. This is very important. We know a lot of our intersections with heavy winds and rain go down and we have to put up stop signs and things like that all throughout the city. So, like you said, this is direct pay and this is a good grant. So roll call.
Controller Morton,
Aye.
Council President Brown,
Aye.
Mayor Patterson Howard.
Aye.
Number six, Department of Public Works, an ordinance authorizing the city of Mount Vernon to host the 2025 Arbor Day celebration in partnership with Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Inc., Zeta Nu Omega Chapter.
So moved.
Second,
On the question? Hearing none, roll call.
Controller Morton,
aye.
Council President Brown,
Aye.
Mayor Patterson Howard.
Aye.
Number seven, Department of Public Works, an ordinance authorizing a budget line transfer within the Department of Public Works for education and training related to municipal separate storm sewer system MS4 requirements.
So moved.
Second,
On the question? Hearing none, roll call.
Controller Morton,
aye.
Council President Brown,
Aye.
Mayor Patterson Howard.
Aye.
Number eight, Department of Public Works, an ordinance authorizing internal training of qualified staff for stormwater and sewer state mandates and federal consent decree actions.
So moved.
Second,
On the question? Hearing none, roll call.
Controller Morton,
aye.
Council President Brown,
Aye.
Mayor Patterson Howard.
I just wanted to say regarding this piece, this is a position that the New York State Environmental Facilities Commission is funding. And we went out for 6 months, maybe a year, looking for an externally qualified individual. We have just not been able to get a bite, and so I'm glad that we are investing in our own staff to provide them with the training and bring them up to the level to oversee our MS4 sewer system. It's very important work, because after we upgrade our system, we are definitely going to need the people to maintain it and support it. And so this is a good move to enhance our internal capacity at no cost to the city.
Okay, number 9, Department of Recreation, an ordinance authorizing the city of Mount Vernon Recreation and Police Departments to co-sponsor Rolling into Peace in Hartley Park on Saturday, June 14th, 2025.
So moved.
Second,
Question?
who are they co-sponsoring it with?
Oh, they are co-sponsoring it with a group of police officers who sponsor it each year.
Oh, independent,
Mhm.
okay, not the department.
So the department is providing some support and the recreation is providing some support. But before the two departments were ever involved, there were independent officers who were hosting and sponsoring this event on their own. And so now the departments are just partnering with them to do it.
Got it.
I think it's NWA. Yeah,
W,
A is the name of the organization with the attributes.
I have no thoughts on that.
We already. Roll call?
Comptroller Morton,
I,
Council President Brown,
Aye.
Mayor Patterson Howard.
Aye.
Number 10, Department of.
just note. Let's make sure that we, and I guess maybe it's John, to make sure that we're having a conversation with recreation and or the police department, but that we have an insurance certificate specifically for this event.
And then some of the other sponsors that go along with this are Snug and Youth Shelter of Westchester and a few other agencies. And for those who want to come out, it's the Saturday before Father's Day. Okay,
10, Department of Recreation and ordinance authorizing the city of Mount Vernon through the Department of Recreation to co-sponsor the Cinco de Mayo celebration with Westchester Latinos Unidos, May 5th, 2025, from 4:30 PM to 7 PM at Hartley Park with the rain site designated as the Dole Center at 250 South 6th Avenue.
So moved.
Second,
on the question?
just the same caveat, it has to be insurance riders. Which the other entities should be getting as well.
Roll call?
Comptroller Morton,
Aye.
Council President Brown,
Aye.
Mayor Patterson Howard.
Aye.
Number 11, Department of Recreation and ordinance authorizing the mayor to accept a grant under the Environmental Protection Fund Grant Program for the South Fourth Street Park Green Infrastructure Project, project number 2152, execution of necessary agreements and implementation of required compliance measures.
So moved.
Second,
On the question?
how is this administered? It's a reimbursement.
Yes, it's a reimbursable grant.
And there's another grant too that's going to be attached to this to complete the project
Correct.
for 1.7.
Yes,
And that one's reimbursable too.
yes.
Do we have a time frame in which this project is going to get started and when they're going to be expenditures?
Well, I believe we can also use our matching grants for some of the money up front because this is all part of the larger stormwater mitigation in that area. So we might be able to use that, I believe, as front money and then have this reimbursed. The revolving fund from EFC, because this is EFC sponsored also.
And we'll have to see if it falls in with, WQIP. They've only been advancing for the stuff tied to, WQIP. But EFC is usually they've been faster in reimbursements than WQIP or DEC.
Okay.
But do we have a time, is this gonna be a this year expense or you anticipate this is gonna be a next year?
I think it's late
This,
this year.
later this year, in the fall.
Okay, so then what we need is some projection, I guess, as to when, right, from whoever the project, I guess, director is for this particular thing, because that way we gotta try to sort of map out the cash flow,
Outlays.
right?
Okay. Roll call?
Comptroller Morton,
I,
Council President Brown,
Aye.
Mayor Patterson Howard.
Aye.
Number 12, Youth Bureau, an ordinance authorizing the mayor to enter into an agreement with the Flying Classrooms for the Mount Vernon Youth Bureau's Solar Go-Kart Summer Academy, July 8, 2025 to August 14, 2025 for $45,000.
So moved.
second,
On the question? Hearing none, roll call?
Comptroller Morton,
I,
Council President Brown,
Aye.
Mayor Patterson Howard.
Aye.
Number 13, Youth Bureau, an ordinance authorizing the mayor to enter into an agreement with Kirshna Shah, CEO of Wellness with Kirshna, to provide mental wellness sessions for the Ready for Life program, April 18, 2025 to July 11, 2025 for $10,000.
So moved.
second,
On the question? Hearing none, roll call?
Comptroller Morton,
I,
Council President Brown,
Aye.
Mayor Patterson Howard.
Aye.
Number 14, Department of Public Safety, and ordinance authorizing the mayor to enter into an agreement with the Westchester County Department of Corrections for reimbursement of prisoner transportation services for the years 2023 and 2024.
So moved.
second.
On the question?
So we had an expired contract,
Correct.
so have we not collected? So
No,
No.
not that, because it wasn't
20
executed. So 2023 and 2024.
2024.
$250,000 a year will be collected. So this is $500,000 reimbursement that we're receiving. Bills are ready to go. We're just waiting for execution of the contract.
Okay. And this.
And the 2025 contract.
Scary ass.
Looking to
2025.
2025,
We start negotiating.
we're negotiating 2025 and 2026 now, and hopefully we'll have that for the council in the next month.
Fingers crossed. We should.
Well,
We should.
Okay,
okay, roll call.
Comptroller Morton,
I,
Council President Brown,
Aye.
Mayor Patterson Howard.
Aye.
Number 15, Department of Assessment, and ordinance authorizing the transfer of funds within the Department of Assessment budget lines for the purpose of assessors remapping.
So moved.
second,
On the question? Hearing none, roll call.
Comptroller Morton,
I,
Council President Brown,
Aye.
Mayor Patterson Howard.
Aye.
Number 16, Department of Public Safety, and ordinance authorizing the mayor to enter into a contract with the city court marshals for booting services.
So moved.
second,
On the question?
Is there, okay. Yeah, the contract
Yes,
agreement?
yes.
I have a copy of it. Did,
They should have added it in there. Made modifications, but it should be in there.
was that a part of, does the contract a part of, the council's budget, the council's, agenda?
That's a good question. I would ask Assistant Corporation Counsel as I wasn't at the Wednesday meeting.
But yes. I believe it was, yes.
So the council has reviewed it.
Yes, absolutely.
Roll call.
Comptroller Morton,
All right,
Council President Brown.
Aye.
Mayor Patterson Howard.
Aye. So Mount Vernon residents, this expands our booting capacity. Please come in and pay your parking tickets because once you're booted, you're booted. Thank you.
Moving on to settlement number 17, settlement of claim of Brenda Smith, $15,000.
So moved.
second,
On the question?
So
Hearing none,
with
roll call.
settlements, before we move on, I'll be abstaining for the same reasons as the past. Council didn't get a chance to speak about this with legal counsel. So they don't know which way they want to go. So I'll be abstaining.
So what happened in this matter, we had to go to court on Friday, the 11th. When we came back that date, that's the date they actually gave us the documents to do the settlement. Court wasn't necessarily happy about it, but they gave us a new date of going the 17th. So they gave us it was a week, but they realized Friday is Good Friday, so they gave us the 17th to have this resolved.
And was the settlement, were the documents sent to the council?
Yes, it was sent on Friday, so I guess they don't get a chance to,
Okay.
everybody got them Friday.
So everyone got them Friday, but you didn't have a chance to talk to the council yet, or the council? Okay.
Correct.
Is this
Okay.
time sensitive?
Yes, we're going back to court on the 17th.
Okay.
okay, so when the documents were sent to the council on Friday,
Yeah, I believe actually, yes, Friday.
what was there, an explanation to the council that, of what you just said, and two, that this is something that the court basically drove?
I don't believe, and everyone got a copy of that, but I don't think that it discussed the time sensitive aspect of it. In other words, that we had to go back on it on the 17th.
So we're gonna need to do that, because, you're gonna have a few of these. Right, throughout the year, and we can't have the council not weighing in on these things because the judges don't care,
Absolutely.
right? And bottom line is that, so I think that for the council, I mean, myself included, I mean, but I'm usually more involved in discussion because sometimes the judge make them call me on the phone to consent to something. But we need to make sure that the council has that detail so that the council then can pull themselves together
Sure.
for
What I can have her do
a
is,
discussion or a meeting in between.
yes.
These things are gonna happen.
So, because last time we discussed it, if it was time sensitive, we were going, if not, we could extend it. This one, came in like that uniquely, but, I'll have, Dion add that language in there if it's time sensitive, so that.
Yeah, she probably got to highlight in that thing too, that what also needs to happen too, is that everybody need to pick up the phone and call the council president and say, hey, we just sent you this email because this is what's happening, right? So y'all could kind of call a meeting together or something. Communication is key. So we can try to get this stuff done because
Yeah.
at the end of the day, the judge don't care
Doesn't care.
about our bureaucratic.
Absolutely.
They don't care.
Should that call just be for the council?
Well, I think it's
So
sure
that
that
it may-
gotta make a decision. So I mean, but principally, I mean, usually I'm in there, but you
Right.
never know. I may not be, but I think that should be probably the practice, just so we
Well,
can make sure that, right?
Yep.
We can make clean decisions. All right.
Roll call.
Comptroller Morton,
Aye.
Council President Brown,
Abstention?
Mayor Patterson Howard.
Aye.
Moving on, tax review settlements, number 18, tax settlement for 501 7th Avenue South, $1,754.41.
So moved?
Second.
On the question? Hearing none, roll call.
Comptroller Morton,
Aye.
Council President Brown,
Aye.
Mayor Patterson Howard.
Aye.
And number 19, tax settlement for 46 Sanford Boulevard West, $1,002.52.
So moved. Sorry, I couldn't unmute.
Second.
On the question? Hearing none, roll call.
Comptroller Morton,
Aye.
Council President Brown,
Aye.
Mayor Patterson Howard.
Aye.
That concludes the agenda.
Any new business?
So we've been working on the, list of delinquent taxes stuff. The process and, the payment plan. So at the next council meeting, we're going to present for approval the, process, the terms, conditions and terms for the payment plans. Based upon the law, the, real estate property tax law that allows for up to 10 years for seniors, up to 5 years for residential, and up to 3 years for, commercial, multifamily and commercial. Because process is going to have to be based on, minimum payments that are going to need to be made in order to make sure, that you get things done in a timely fashion. And two, based upon the number of years in which a property owner is in arrears. We'll lay that out for the council's review and approval, so that we can then start to have folks come in, start paying their 10%, and then start paying their quarterly principally payments. So that's one. The other is that we have been having conversation with the law department. We believe that we've found a legal consultant that's going to be able to guide us through the tax lien sale process for this year as well. So those things happening simultaneously, as we try to proceed with collecting the unpaid taxes. So. Yeah.
And thank you so much for that's been a heavy lift, I know. Your department and consultants have been working on that with the council, so thank you to getting us to this point and moving us forward with that. Just want to announce the New York State Governor's Office, New York State Environmental Facilities Corporation, New York State Department of Environmental Conservation, New York Housing and Community Renewal, and New York State Department of Health came down today to do a joint briefing and update on the $150 million investment into Mount Vernon's water infrastructure that was received 3 years ago. And so to date, we've seen over 30 miles of the 100 miles of sewer system relined. We've seen our, I guess you can call our sewer backups go from over 100 a year to below 50 a year. We have seen, I believe it's over 40 homes that were outfitted with another $3 million grant from Homes and Community Renewal, where where backflow prevention came to stop sewage from backing up into their systems, as well as new toilets and low flow toilets and water filtration systems and purifiers were placed in their homes, and then more drainage was expanded around their homes to improve the outflow of water in case of storms. A $2 million investment from the New York State Department of Health allowed our water department to map all of the lead service lines throughout the community and complete that project in advance, and bring on a water analyst and a water resource specialist and a lead service team. Another $3 million from the federal government from, at that time, Congressman Bowman, Senator Schumer and Senator Gillibrand allowed us to camera most of our sewer systems so we could see where the breaks and the challenges in the sewer system are, so that we could be very surgical in our intervention in repairing those things. And I think those are the highlights. And then we also got to see the kind of premiere of one of our sewer trucks, which the state purchased for about $600,000. And see the investment they've put into workforce development. And so this has been a very good partnership that continues to give, and we will continue to address our infrastructure needs here in the city of Mount Vernon. I think we've come a long way, and this has kind of primed us to be ready for the economic development now above the ground. It's kind of hard to do economic development upon a crumbling infrastructure. And so the past few years that we've spent working on the infrastructure of water, stormwater, sanitary water, lead service lines, the time and energy we've spent on surfacing of roads. We've done over about 28.5 miles of roads in Mount Vernon have been surfaced. And we have 100 miles of roads. So we're a little bit below a third of the roads in our city have been resurfaced. And part of that is also with that infrastructure money, because as we've been doing these sewer lines, that work has been done. I think our council president is frozen on the screen right now. So I'm not sure if she can hear us. And, oh, you can hear, okay, there you go. And there's a lot of work that's been done, as well as the bridges have been replaced. So infrastructure, our physical infrastructure, our financial infrastructure, our health infrastructure are been the things that we've been focused on. And now we're shifting to investing time and resources and money and developing partnerships for the development of Mount Vernon above the ground. So the things that we can see and feel in a different way. But trust me, for those who were dealing with sewer backups and stormwater backups, you know, and couldn't travel because of bridges that were closed down, they feel it, even if those of us who didn't have those direct impacts can't feel it the same. But just wanted to say thank you to the controller, to the council, and to all of the staff in Mount Vernon and our community partners for working with us to bring us this far. We still have plenty of money to spend and plenty more upgrades to make and repairs to make. But when you're busy doing the work, it's kind of hard to see the work that you've done until you sit down and you're able to kind of recount it in preparation for an event like today. And so thank you, everybody, for hanging in there. As we move forward with infrastructure development and economic development. Thank you. Got it.
I move to adjourn this meeting.
Second?
Roll call.
Comptroller Morton,
Aye.
Council President Brown,
Aye.
Mayor Patterson Howard.
Aye. Meeting is adjourned at 4:27 PM. Thank you.